Hey guys, Eric or Isaiah53 here. Today I got my friend Tracy with me.
Hey guys, this is Tracy, aka Blackheart12 from Gamers and Techies.
And today we want to talk about making gaming great again. What does that mean? Why are we talking about it? I've done a few videos with Tracy in the past. We did the laid back Let's Play on The Division. We've also done the upgradable Xbox One whenever those rumors were coming out and talking about is the Xbox One dead. So we did that video together too. So we're back again talking about this topic. We're not the only ones to talk about this. I just wanted to put my 2 cents on it. So Tracy, what does make gaming great again mean to you? What's the problem with the gaming industry, and what do you think the solution is?
One thing I think that gaming is missing today that it used to have is soul. I've been gaming since probably the late 80s, early 90s, back when Nintendo was the big thing. You know, you only had 2 buttons and a D-pad on a controller. And games back then were very enjoyable, very challenging. And they had a lot of depth and character in those games. Today, it just seems like developers aren't really catering to the gaming community, but more or less their bottom line. They know that they have these iconic characters that, regardless of what the game content is, people are going to go out and buy these games. Not to bash EA, but take the Madden series, for example.
Right.
How much difference each year is each Madden game? There's not very much difference in it. You get an updated roster.
Yeah.
But people still go out and they sell millions and millions of copies of the same game.
Yep.
Literally the same game.
Yep.
And then you have the big issue with all these DLCs that are coming out now and microtransactions, where a developer is saying, hey, we're going to give you this game. It's only going to be about half the game, maybe 3/4 the game. And you know you pay $50 or $60 for this game. But if you want to get the whole full experience of the game, give us another $40 to $50. Then you can have the full experience of the game.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. DLC, and people, we understand that, people love gaming. As gamers, we love gaming, but on the business side of things, you go in business to make a profit. So we realize you have to make a profit. However, at the same time, you can make a profit while completely, upsetting your customer base, or you can make a profit and give people what they want. And, to talk about that a little bit, so with DLC, for example, used to when you bought a game, you didn't always expect DLC. You may or may not get DLC with the game. But it didn't matter, because when you bought the game, you expected a full, high-quality game, start to finish. You got the start of the story, and you got the end of the story. I know before you were talking about certain games, you don't even get the ending of the story unless you pay for the DLC, which is absurd to me. And, if you got DLC back then, you felt like you were getting something that was, complementing the game, or that was in addition to the game. Whereas, with now, I actually have a picture I'll put up on the video for you guys. It kind of shows a hamburger, french fries, and drink on the left side, and what DLC used to be versus what it is now. And I think it illustrates the point perfectly. Now, when you buy a game, it's almost guaranteed you're going to get DLC. You're expecting DLC. So much, in fact, that when you buy the game on day one, now stores like GameStop are trying to sell you on a season pass up front. So before you've even taken the game home, before you've even played 5 minutes of it to determine if you even like it or not, they're trying to get you to commit to paying $40, $50, or in some cases even $60 for a season pass to get all of this DLC that is coming in 6, 8, 10 months down the road from now. So they want you to pay now for something you're going to get later for a game that you don't even know if you're going to even enjoy. And the last problem I would say with the DLC is that it's no longer in addition to the game, it's now part of the original game that was cut out. I've actually watched several GameStop rant videos lately and developer industry videos lately where they're talking about how, GameStop basically goes to the developers and says, hey guys, we really want to push this game, but you got to give us something that we can offer as a pre-order bonus. So the developers, whoever that might be Treyarch, that might be Infinity Ward for Call of Duty, or 343 Industries for Halo, whatever. The developers will be like, okay, sure, no problem. We're going to take this section of code, we're going to block it off, We're going to make it, password activated or whatever. We're going to give you guys these passwords, and when people pre-order, then you give them the password on the receipt, and then when they enter that password, they can have that part of the game. They're not saying, oh, you know what, we're going to develop something in addition to the game for you specifically. They're saying, hey, we're going to take the original game and we're going to cut it off and not allow anybody to have it unless they pre-order from GameStop. And most people are like, I would pre-order. I don't have a problem pre-ordering. But the problem is now certain sections of the code are going, some are going to GameStop, some are going to Best Buy, some are going to Amazon. Now it's impossible to get the entirety of the original game because whoever you buy from, you're losing a piece somewhere else.
Yes, and I agree with that. And just the point, as far as DLC, when I believe Dragon Age Origins came out on PC, Dragon Age has DLC, but when it originally came out, people went through the code on the PC version, and they saw where the content was already on the disc. You just needed a code to unlock that content. And so my point to this is that all this DLC is already there on the disc, or they already have it coded into the game itself, and you just need a code to unlock it. So essentially, they know that they're selling you half of a game or 3/4 of a game, and they don't care. They just want you to give them some more money, and to me, that's really ruining the gaming community.
Right, and we, again, understand that they got to pay to keep the servers on. They got to pay to keep the developers on staff to continue to code the game. So they have to take in money. I get that, and I'm not against DLC. I just want high quality DLC that complements the game like it used to, versus getting DLC that was initially going to be part of the game to begin with. Like an example would be Halo. Halo 3 came out. It launched with several maps. There was a forge where you could customize your own maps and tons of game types, and it was one of the best-selling Halo titles of all time, if not the best-selling Halo title of all time. And over time, they released DLC, and guess what that DLC got you? Number one, the DLC was $10, not $15, not $25, not $40. It was $10, and you got 3 maps, a few new achievements, and a couple of new game types. Well, for $10, that's a pretty good value. And in all honesty, that is all like in addition. That felt like it was in addition to the game that I already bought. It didn't feel like I was getting something that should have been there from day one, because from day one I had plenty of maps. But now with Call of Duty Black Ops 3, for example, when it first came out, even Halo 5, when these games first came out, I remember saying, wow, there's hardly any maps in this game. I feel like I'm playing the same maps over and over and over. And sure enough, boom, here they go with DLC. Hey, Call of Duty's like, buy our season pass for like $50 and get all this DLC. Or you can pay $15 per DLC and we'll give you 4 additional maps and we'll give you this and this and this. And it's just like, but the game has hardly any maps to begin with. Like, in the old days, I think COD 4 launched with like 15 or 16 maps off the bat. I don't know exactly how many Black Ops 3 has, but I'm pretty sure it's not like 15 or 16 maps off the bat. I'm pretty sure that's not it.
And speaking of DLC, this is just a rumor that's been going around, is when the new Call of Duty does launch, and for those of us who purchase the special edition so that we can get...
They're called Legacy Edition.
Yeah, the Legacy Edition, so we can get...
COD 4 Remastered.
Yeah, COD 4 Remastered. They're saying that it's only coming with a couple of maps, but they are thinking of releasing DLC so you can get the additional maps that...
Yeah. Well, there's more to that, actually. So all right. So the way it's going to work is, okay, no one wants to play Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. In fact, I did a video on this a few weeks ago where Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, the gameplay trailer, had 2.1 million dislikes. It's officially the most disliked video game trailer on YouTube of all time. It's actually the second highest, most disliked video of all time, only behind Justin Bieber's baby video. I actually checked it last night. The trailer is now up to 2.7 million dislikes. No one wants the direction that they're taking Call of Duty. No one wants this Infinite Warfare. So what is Activision doing? They're saying, you know what? People want boots on the ground. It's too late to go back and change the code. So we're going to give them Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered, which is what everybody wants. Yay, everybody's happy, right? Wrong, because guess what? You can't buy the game by itself. The only way you can get it is by getting Infinite Warfare. Oh, and by the way, you can't just get the standard Infinite Warfare for $59.99. No, sir, buddy. You have to get the Legacy Edition, which is a minimum of $80 before you can actually get Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered. Oh, but it doesn't stop there. We're not getting all the maps that came with it. We're only getting 10 maps. There's like 6 maps missing from the original game, not including the additional 3 maps that were added on through DLC when the game first came out. Oh, but again, it doesn't stop there. Of the 10 maps that were confirmed to be coming, I think like 4 or 5 of those maps have already been confirmed. Guess what? Every single one of those maps, we've already purchased a second and or third time in other Call of Duties as part of their DLCs. So there have been other Call of Duties that come out after Modern Warfare that have released Modern Warfare maps as part of the DLC for like $10, and we're getting those maps again that once again we're having to pay for. I don't know if you can follow this chain that I'm making here, but it's pretty crazy and ridiculous how this is all playing out. And it's kind of sad actually.
Yeah. And I guess the other thing, as far as as far as the gaming industry, what's going wrong is the pre-order bonuses.
Yeah.
I know there have been videos out there where people have said, hey, pre-order, hey, don't pre-order. But the reality of it is, if you don't pre-order, you could possibly miss out on certain aspects. And as you stated earlier, different companies offer different pre-order bonuses a lot of times.
Yeah.
So then you have to choose, well, do I want this pre-order bonus or do I want that pre-order bonus?
Yeah.
And sometimes you want both. Well, are you going to go out and buy the game twice? Most people aren't going to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
They
don't have the money to do that.
They're going to have to make that sacrifice. So which content is going to be worth more to me when I pre-order this?
Exactly. I agree. And, there was also a video I saw that was talking about how back there used to be a time. I have a friend actually did a video with him talking about, the definition of a gamer. And, he likes to tell me all the time, like, there's nothing like the old days where, you can wait out in line for a few days for a console and be one of the only people in the world to get that console. And, that also kind of relates in the pre-ordering where, back in the day, you had to pre-order a game because if you didn't pre-order a game, then you were not going to get it when it first came out. And the game stores wouldn't have a copy in stock for 2, 3, 4 weeks after the release date. However, now it's not like that at all. Now you don't have to worry about ever pre-ordering a game ever again because the copy is going to be there. Like, all games are mass produced on such a large scale that pre-ordering to quote unquote secure your copy, like GameStop likes to tell people all the time, yeah, that's a load of garbage, okay? Because guess what, GameStop, if you don't happen to have it in stock, which I know you will, Walmart or Target or a Best Buy or a mom and pop store or Amazon.com, or they'll all have it, or I'll just buy it digitally from the Xbox store directly or the PlayStation Network directly. There's many ways to buy this game now, so you're not pre-ordering to secure the bonus. You're now just pre-ordering to basically guarantee a sell to the store and guarantee a sell to the game. And so really, I guess that comes down to, should people pre-order still or should they not pre-order?
For the most part, that's true. The only issue with pre-ordering, or only thing that I pre-order a lot of my games. Not necessarily for the bonus items that you get with it, but because I like to buy collector's editions. And collector's editions are one thing you want to pre-order. I myself, I'm a gamer, but I'm not a first-person shooter gamer, which a lot of people think, oh, if you're a gamer, you're playing Call of Duty or you're playing Halo or whatever.
Yeah, no.
I'm a gamer, but I mostly play RPGs,
right,
or open world games.
Right.
And unfortunately, with RPGs, that's one category where copies are limited. So with RPGs, especially the really obscure RPGs, that some of them that I collect, you're going to want to pre-order it, because if you don't, then they're not going to get a copy in for you. For instance, probably one of the more expensive games I have is on my 3DS, which is the Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition. I think pre-order was like $80 for the game, but Nintendo made so few of them,
yeah, that
now on eBay they're going for anywhere from $200 to $250 for a copy of the game.
That's actually a really good point. So yeah, I mean, I guess if the game I guess not every game is going to be as widely produced as something like Call of Duty or Halo or Destiny or something like that. So, or even Pokemon for that matter. So yeah, I get what you're saying there. And plus, you did raise a good point. If the game is a limited edition, because they're called limited edition for a reason, obviously there's going to be a limited amount of those games. So yeah, that actually is a good point. But I guess as a general rule, what I'm saying is like, if you are going to play Call of Duty and you're going to get the $59.99 standard everyday version, there is literally no point to pre-order that.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
Yeah, there's no point to pre-order, because even if you miss out on a DLC, or sorry, even if you miss out on a pre-order bonus, there have been so many times I've walked into the store days after the games come out, and they still have the day one editions that were pre-order bonus that where the bonus content was still in there.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have to pre-order it, and I got it anyways. And then there have been times where I bought a game and I missed out on the pre-order bonus. A few months later, I see a microtransaction pop up. Hey, missed out on the pre-order bonus. Would you like to buy it now for $2.99? And so yeah. But one last thing I want to talk about is in the gaming industry, I think the problem with games these days, because some people might look at this like, make gaming great again. What's wrong? What do you mean make gaming great again? I think there's a lot of problems with the gaming industry, when especially with next gen, which is now current gen, Xbox One, PS4. When these games came out, Battlefield 4 launched with tons of issues. Assassin's Creed Unity launched with tons of issues. Halo Master Chief Collection, which was supposed to be this oh my goodness, this amazing game, tons and tons and tons of issues. The game did not work properly for like 2.5 months after it came out, and 343 had to apologize and give away all this free content. And I think the problem is, and I find myself all the time debating with people all the time over something so frivolous and petty as graphics and frame rate. Like, those things are great, don't get me wrong. Let me tell you something. I don't care if a game is 4K at 60 frames a second. If the gameplay is crap, I want nothing to do with that game. What makes the game great is gameplay. I think this generation of gaming has gotten away from what made games great to begin with, which is the gameplay. What unique experience are we offering the gamer? And instead is focusing more so on, okay, what's our resolution? What's our frame rate? How many things can we blow up on the screen before it crashes on us? That's pretty much what and that's not just coming from me. That's coming from a guy, my manager at work. He used to be a developer, he used to be a QA tester for EA Sports. And the Tiger Woods 1999 Pro Golf game, like, he was a pre-alpha tester on that. And he was telling me some of the inside secrets, and he's got friends who still work in the industry. And he was just saying, he's like, yeah, basically people have gotten away from developers and companies and publishers. They've gotten away from focusing on the gameplay and gotten more so into what's our resolution, what's our frame rate, how many things can we fit on the screen at one time, like how many NPCs or how many things can we blow up. And that's not what makes a game great. It's just not. But yeah, go ahead and chime in with your final thoughts, and we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, I just think developers need to start listening to their followers more, the people who are actually paying their salaries more.
Yeah.
They need to put more content into games and put more character into games. It just seems like they're just looking at the dollar sign at the end of the tunnel when they make these games.
I agree.
Pretty much that's what it's boiling down to, is how much money are we going to make and what can we do to get more money out of them.
I agree. Cannot agree more. But that's it for me. Is that it for you?
Yeah, that's all for me.
All right. Well, thanks guys for checking out this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit a like and give me a like, and let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Check out Tracy's channel, Gamers and Techies. I'll have a link to that in the description below. And until next time, Isaiah out. Hey guys, thanks for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you're following me on Twitter, and you can always catch me live streaming games on Twitch. The links will be in the description below. And until next time, this has been another video by Isaiah 53.